Alright, I see it. I see you. Looking at the station. I don't hear you on the stream.
How about now?
Nothing yet.
Interesting.
Nope, I think I heard it there.
Yeah, I mean, I added the capture in, but it's a little loud, so I'm gonna adjust it. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't picking up the mic on the screen here. That's okay. It's not a big deal. That means they're not gonna be able to hear you. So let's fix that real quick. No, because you should be coming through my desktop audio, not my audio input.
Well, let's test it. Sounds good.
Okay, yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, at this space station here, a nice, stable mid-miss orbit here, with all four of these dumbass Kerbals. I call them dumb because, you know, Bob's the only OG. The other three I had to save. But in my hastiness to fix the stability and launch it up here, I packed everything that I could possibly need, except for communications relay. So the plan is to go ahead and leave here, go back to the Space Center, because I don't need to look at that right now, and then design a communications module and launch it up in a rendezvous and dock it.
Which should be lots of fun.
Well, considering I've never actually conducted rendezvous docking, it should be really fun. And I imagine it's a little bit more difficult than just rendezvousing next to a craft that's, you know, basically just a pod, and then having an EVA of a Kerbal fly to the next pod. I'm pretty sure I need to be a lot closer to dock.
You do, but it's basically the same.
Now, I mean, I could reuse the space station that I had, but it was rather inefficient as far as wobbliness goes. It was not quite nice. So what I'm gonna do is just load in the old one, and then we're gonna disassemble this, because I'm pretty sure I created a function group, and I named it heavy launch payload. So let's just delete that out. And it should be this. Yeah, see, there it is. Got all the bells and whistles attached to it. So I'm gonna strip it down. Go ahead and remove the fairing. Delete the fairing off. We'll reevaluate some things here. Life choices. See. I don't need all this.
You don't need any of that. You'd be better off starting from scratch.
Your scratch. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Wasn't a terrible design.
No. But you don't need any of that to just add the communication part. So all you're gonna really need is a remote pilot.
Okay. So remote pilot. Now, which remote pilot am I looking at here?
The most expensive one is gonna be the better one.
Well, that's gonna be the Probodyne OK TO2. Oh my god, it's tiny.
That's fine. Alright, well then on top of that, put a docking port, the biggest docking port you got. See if you can get it to snap.
Oh, I did.
No, you want it's facing the wrong way. You want it facing up.
Is that not up?
No.
Which way's up?
Alright, so there's a delay, but the way you have it now is up, but you're putting it to the bottom of the thing. Zoom in so I can see it. Yeah, so that's the bottom.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Hold on.
You see how it goes in, and then there's a ring?
No, you're not. That's what?
The part you're trying to put on has a wide bottom and a narrower top.
The narrow top is the actual docking piece.
That's where you connect. Yep.
Did I mess up the docking ports on the other craft?
No, they were fine.
So like that.
Yes. Alright, so now that you got that, go
Now,
ahead and put
now that I got that, I scaled it back down.
That's
Ah.
put the wheels on there, the rotary wheel. Why can I never remember the names? Action wheels.
I mean,
That's fine. You can do large. That's fine.
I guess I don't need the large one.
Not really.
There we go.
All right. Put one of those mech jebs on the side just to make things easier for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, it'll fit there. That's beautiful.
All right. Now look at some communication.
So
If you have an actual relay, I would put it on the science station.
I do have a relay.
And I would put, all you need is one. Just put it on the side someplace.
Good enough. Alright, we've got a relay antenna.
Alright. That looks good there. So, is there anything else you want on the space station?
Well,
More electricity, more power.
we might want more, electricity. And maybe a couple more solar cells.
Okay. And go ahead and stick the biggest battery you got.
It's gonna be the 4K.
Yep.
Yeah, that
It's
messes.
fine if its size is a little weird.
No, that just messes with the antenna.
Oh, move the antenna to that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so maybe send up 2 battery banks. Yeah, 2 battery banks. That's pretty heavy,
And then put,
but not bad.
don't worry about that. You're good.
And we're gonna do 2
Yeah.
2 deployable solar cells. There we go.
Alright, so now that is the only thing that's going to be connecting to the space station. Grab another docking port, put it on the bottom, facing down. Grab another docking port and connect it to that one, facing up. Now you're going to build a tug. Put another remote pilot.
Alright.
Put a small battery pack, put a reaction wheel.
Small battery pack. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I just put a 100 reaction wheel.
Now put the big monopropellant tank.
Yeah. The big guy? Or the...
Yeah, the big guy.
Alright.
Put a fuel tank. One that fits that size.
I mean, it could be any fuel tank. You want me to do a 32x? Yeah, 32x should be fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Now stick like a poodle or a terrier or something on there.
I was gonna do a poodle.
Yep, that's fine. Perfect. Now RCS
Yeah, we're getting there.
and mech jib.
Command and control.
You don't really need the mech jib anymore for that piece, but you might as well throw one on. And then a small antenna. Doesn't have to be a relay or anything big.
What'd you say?
An antenna and maybe a mech jib.
Hmm.
And some solar panels. You can just do the ones that stick to the side.
Well, the good news is that's all I have for. No, I don't. I have deploy. Those are deployable. Let's just do some extra large ones.
Yeah.
4x symmetry. Throw 'em on the side of this tank. Alright, not bad. Center mass looks good too. That center thrust. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't mess anything up.
All right. Now you need to launch that into space.
Hmm. So this doesn't nearly need the heavy thrust.
No.
So this should be able to do it just.
Got to get to space and Minmus.
Um, I'm aware. That looks nice. I think that should do it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think you're going to have problems with aerodynamics going up.
Oh, you meant for a fairing?
Yeah, no, I think you'd be alright.
I could put one on just for aesthetics.
It's up to you.
Under. Trying to remember. Hold on, it's been a while. Where was that even at?
I think it's either aerodynamics or
Structural.
cargo. It might be structural.
No, it was payload.
All right, there we go. You found it. Where are you putting the fairing?
Ugh. I hate it.
You made that fairing huge. Is there a decoupler above that?
Above what? The fairing?
Above the fairing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I was smart enough to at least have that. That undid the little pockets that I put on. The little steppatrons.
That's fine.
I just want to move it a little higher. You stop. Whatever. Oh, this should work. There's no room for a pilot, so.
Nope. You don't really need to worry about action groups.
Yeah. I will tell you this though, it is stable. The amount of that's out of shit. And now we let MechJeb do everything on its own.
Because MechJeb is smart. SMRT smart.
The fairing is just to protect the equipment as we get to a post-atmospheric influence, and then I'm going to destroy it.
Yes.
But MechJeb should stage itself here. Right? Should.
Should.
It didn't. I'm going to help it out. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Just send those spinning away from you. I'm not sure what that flute is, but that's pretty relaxing.
Yeah, you like that? That's my Minecraft.
What? Why are you deploying those already? Oh well. You do what you need to do. Look at that.
Yeah, it automatically deploys them when you get into orbit. It's fine.
What are you doing with those? It's okay. I guess you need electricity to maneuver this heavy bitch, huh? I mean, it's not as difficult to turn as the last one because it's got a pretty efficient rocket, 2 reaction wheels. So I guess it should be okay. 1366 to get it here plus 3400 millisecond. Yeah, this is plenty of delta V to get there. Plenty. There was no wobble in it either, so it should be a pretty efficient burn. I have it going to a higher Kerbin orbit. 90K.
Yeah, that's fine.
Extra solar panels are always welcome on a space station.
Yes.
So MechJeb should be doing its thing. Yeah. Love and miss. We're gonna go ahead and adjust this. That was way too much, huh? Is that 5 or 0.5? Let's do. Ooh. Ooh. So touchy, Minmus. So touchy. We're going to be coming in higher than the station. Because it gives more time to prepare. Now, what does it look like moving? Are you okay moving, buddy? Do you need help? Or your reaction wheel? No. You getting there? You're moving. You're getting there. Having a difficult time with C. It's okay, you got plenty of time to do it. You'll be alright. So, should be able to do this with just the initial launch stage. Ugh. Then we have the whole rendezvous stage still intact. With all of its propellant glory. Oh, look at all those maneuver nodes this thing knows how to do. Wow, it's better than any of my pilots. Can do anti-normal, normal, radial out, radial in. Oh.
Yep, it's a smart one.
Yeah, way better than my pilots. Jesus. I will be sending Jeb on a mission to get some experience. You know.
And when you're done with this, send him to land on Minmus, get some science.
Yep, and then he's gonna rendezvous with the space station. Refuel if necessary. Do some science cleaning stuff. Just because I like to look at what's going on. We're gonna watch that Apple apps go. Yeah, it didn't need this one didn't need RCS to correct itself because it's not a big old whoppy floppy piece of shit.
Yeah.
And McJeb should have got me pretty much right where I wanted. It's a little close. Not exactly where we want it. I've got the Delta V to spare, so I'll just fix it. I'll just fix it a little closer. There are no lives at risk on this mission. This is my favorite kind of mission. It doesn't even show up as a capsule, it just shows up as a communication station. So let's see what it looks like if I hit Circulide. I'm not gonna execute. Okay, it says hyper. Let's do periapps. Create that note. Sure. We're gonna go ahead and do a circularized orbit at this far out, just because I had the Delta V to spare. I don't really care.
That's fair.
Glorious. I'm trying to use up as much fuel in this current stage as I had to make these macro corrections. That way turning gets easier later on. It's struggling right now to move, if you see that.
It'd be fine once you dump the launch stage.
Yeah, but there's plenty of fuel left in it, so I'm gonna make it use it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, while I have that margin of error going on. Anyhow, how's your day?
It's going.
I see you were sending a bunch of emails to Ducky.
Yeah, 2. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure we already have a request in for what he wants, but they're not doing it right now because they don't consider it paper. Good old mech jab. Actually, you know what? Let's trim our core. Go ahead and lock retrograde. I'm gonna bring that apoapsis. I'm gonna bring that apoapsis down. Just get a non-eccentric one going over here. This looks weird. Orbit, not target mode. Target mode would mess me all up. Something screwy is going on here. It won't let me actually manually burn. So I created another node to try to make MechJeb fix the orbit. As far as apoapsis and periapsis height. I want to see if it engages its thrusters on its own, because it wouldn't let me do it. Okay, mech jet's able to control the engines where I wasn't. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Now let's go ahead. You're set as target, so we're going to go ahead and match planes with target. And we're going to execute that. That way we fix our eccentricity of our orbit. Getting a nice equatorial orbit. And then after that, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do, really. I mean, I know how to do rendezvous. And I'm assuming it's something close to that.
Well, you definitely start with a rendezvous.
Yeah. And then I'm guessing the RCS is going to come and do a big play with docking.
Yes, absolutely.
I knew I should have spent the science and got the mech jeb for docking, but it's okay. I've never done this before.
No, you need to learn it first.
You mean you learn it first? Otherwise, it's cheating, Mike. It's not cheating if it's built into the game.
It's not. It's modded into the game.
It is built into my version of the game. Okay? See, all of this stuff is readily available. It needs to be unlocked first, though, so it's not like I just booted up and it learned how to do all this stuff. Right? I painstakingly had to fail numerous times to get to this point.
That is a true statement.
And I failed gloriously. Like, you should have seen the launch. You were there, actually. Said you should have seen the launch of the space station. That was a fun time.
That was hilarious.
Because just because you have MechJub, right, and you have assistance with autopilot to help you do these maneuvers, does not mean the craft that you are creating is capable of doing it. Okay, so from here, I am in a nice larger orbit than the space station. That means it's gonna zoom way faster than I am. So I've got a couple options here. I can attempt to get closer to an intercept, which is probably what I need to do. That means I need to bring my periaps down a little bit. Because we're
So right now, what you're doing is no different than what you did when you rescued the other people.
Well, yeah, I gotta bring my shit down to where we're closer to begin with until I get some intersection.
No, you don't. Just set your maneuver node and then add time. Add the orbits.
We are nowhere close to each other. We're not even
Doesn't
gonna
matter.
We're not even gonna intercept.
I know. Create a node. Burn retrograde until you're not plus yet. You gotta add some retrogrades so that you do come close to each other.
Oh, look at that. We already got one.
Get two.
You're two.
Alright, now hit your plus and minus.
Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? You sumbitch.
Yeah.
Damn you and your amazing resolution computer. That is not what I wanted to do. I messed it all up. I'm getting rid of that. That's nasty. Should be going for distance to target or relative speed to target right now.
Distance. You're gonna burn to do relative speed.
Okay.
Shouldn't be too bad out of Minmus orbit.
Intersection 2.8 kilometers. 0.5,
That
0.3,
works if you can get closer.
0.1 kilometers.
All right, that's really close.
You think?
Yep, that'll work though.
11 meters per second. You think?
I think.
Whee! No. No.
Whee!
It's not as cool when it's going around Kerbin. Going around Kerbin, shit starts to wobble because, you know, rotates on an axis.
Well, you're focused on Minmus and not your craft, so that's part of the reason there was no wobble.
We don't want to be focused on my craft because that induces nausea.
Right.
I'm really a stickler about not jettisoning this stage, but it's making it really hard to turn. So
You're going to need to jettison it here very, very, very soon. You don't want to bring it with you when you intercept.
I said I'm a real stickler about it, but you know, it's gonna have to sit up here because it's too fucking heavy. Is this engine on? Yeah, let's go ahead and activate that engine. I know, Don. That's why I jettisoned it. Okay? Make it easier to turn. It just irks me that I left Delta V in that tank. You know how many times I've been short Delta V by less than 100 meters per second?
I can think of a very specific time.
And getting stranded, right? Like, if I just had the Delta V that I left in that tank, like, I could have... Alright, so my intersection here is going to be 0.9 kilometers away now, because it...
That's fine.
It was weird. So now what do? Target?
Well, now you warp to there and then match speed. Everything's the same until you match speed.
So, lock retrograde on the target.
Yep.
Warp to it. When I get close, start slowing down. Got it.
Right.
Something happened. Oh, intersection 1 and 2 flipped because I got closer to intersection 2,
Right.
and it's only
You
showing
passed
me.
over it. Yep.
Yeah. That's fine. I mean, should I just...
You want to get closer before you sit down.
Yeah, but I'm trying to check something. For some reason, MacJab was doing a weird. and it wasn't letting me manually control. You know what? Let's just fix this. Let's not focus on anything other than what I want to focus on. And that's my craft. So let's go ahead and speed up here. I still can't use RCS, and I don't know why.
You should be able to.
I was mashing the H key. I didn't have
It's
RCS.
R. You gotta turn RCS on first.
Don't tell me what to do.
Alright.
I just realized that, okay? But it wasn't letting me do it even when R was on before because I think MechJeb was still controlling the craft vessel. Yes, we want to be really close, less than 10 seconds before I fire any thrust. What? Oh, yeah, too close for that to see. Ha ha ha. Okay, Mike, look at the gimbal ball. Really close to it. So now you just need to match speed with RCS. Haha. Short bursts. What was it? J-I-L. Okay. Got it. Okay, now I am matched speed with it. I should be able to see it.
You can go ahead and get out of the map.
Yeah. So
Alright, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna right click on your docking port.
Okay.
And you're gonna control from here.
Okay. Nothing really happened.
Nope. Now you're gonna point your vessel at the target.
I like how the poodle has a swivel to give me a little bit of turn there.
Yeah. Look at your gimbal ball. Don't look at the
I'm looking at
view.
the gimbal.
Alright.
You'll see it.
Alright, and before you get any closer, go ahead and hit the bracket key to switch over to the other craft. And make sure it's oriented in the right direction. That'll save you some problems later.
Kinda is already, but let's go ahead and
Where's it going to dock? You want to put it on the end?
actually I want to put it right here on the side.
And that's the part you want to point towards the other vessel. You can set it as target if you want to give you a something to look at. I think you have to do it from the map though, unfortunately.
It's getting there.
Yep.
I have to do this one by eyeball. That should be good enough, right?
Yeah, you can probably make that work. The closer it is, the easier it's going to be.
What do you mean the closer?
The closer it is to being right straight on, the easier their docking's going to be.
I mean, I was pretty damn close.
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did. All right. Well, now you can switch back.
Well, as soon as the stability assist, this stops turning it all sorts of crazy ways. How about just take off stability assist, Mike? Oh, voice calling me. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, where was I? Oh yeah. Okay, so I got this stable. Alright, so I got this table. They're both kind of looking at each other.
All right. So now you do the same. Use your RCS and move your prograde into the target circle.
I don't know what you mean by move my prograde.
Use J and L. You should see that circle move towards the target. Good. And now you can push H to speed up until like maybe 1 or 2 meters per second. Maybe 5, whatever. Just slow down by time you get to about 300 meters away.
Oh. That'll work for the top. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, fine. Yeah. What? Just do it both. Sure. Alright, what am I supposed to be doing here? Just getting
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playing music.
What was I playing?
Kind of sounds like Jingle Bells.
It was Jingle Bells. It was stuck in my
Perfect.
head. I don't know why.
Oh, Merry freaking Christmas in May. Get about 300 meters. Slow back down to 0-ish.
Ah, beautiful. Look at that autosave kick in. Thanks, buddy. You know what's up.
I'd still auto-save myself just because.
Yeah. Look at that. We're doing it. It's happening.
All right. Now start moving closer to about 100 meters. The closer you get, the slower you want to go, because there's less time for
I'm only
corrections.
moving at 1 meter per second.
Just making a statement.
I understand. Thank you. Well received, sir. I do not want to smack into this. Yeah, 1 meter per second, then 100 meters. Like a minute. Change. So hypothetically, just hear me out on this. This is actually bringing food for the astronauts, you know, like because hypothetically, not really, but you know, we're gonna make believe.
Sure,
Pretend.
that's a good story there.
We're gonna pretend that this is bringing food, supplies, and extra. They were running experiments, and they noticed that they were not able to conduct all the experiments they were because they were short on solar energy. So the plan was that on the next regular probe that we were going to send up to give them food and everything else, replenish their monopropellant, oxygen, you know, stuff like that, that we would also send a communications relay. So
Perfect.
trying to keep it pointed as steadily as possible to the upcoming craft.
Don't worry about it too much yet until you're under 100 meters.
I'm gonna be fixing that, but like I said, I just wanted to keep it as close to retrograde as possible.
Yeah.
We've already slowed down to 0.5 because I'm a pansy.
The more of these you do, the faster you go.
Correct, because the more of these that I do, the more MechJeb's gonna do.
That's fair.
You know, we should do something. You know what I'm gonna do? My next mission after this is I'm going to launch an unmanned probe to the Mun. And I'm gonna put that bitch in polar orbit if I can.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna send an additional unit to that, and then I'm gonna dock it by the Mun.
Okay.
Yeah, then I don't know what else from there. That's just to complete a mission. So let me show you over here. This little guy. Get out of the way. I have to dock 2 vessels on or around the Mun.
Easy.
Yep.
So in that case, why don't you send up a survey probe if you're going to do in a polar orbit?
Something to take screenshots.
It will start looking for ore. All right, so you should be close enough now. See if you can select that docking port.
Nope.
All right, you might have to get under 100. I see you highlighting individual pieces. You just got to get to where you can view it better. Might be easier when you're under 100. Because right now, the target indicator isn't actually pointing at that docking port. All right, go ahead and slow down to almost 0. All right, rotate to try to get a better view of that other. Zoom out, rotate, whatever you got to do to get it. Actually, it might actually be pointing at it. I don't know.
It is.
Perfect.
Telling me
Try
I'm
right click on the other dock port, set as target, just to see if it changes.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I was already there because I'm an awesome person. Tell me I'm not doing it right.
All right, so now comes the little bit trickier part.
Beginner's luck, Hondon.
First off,
Beginner's luck.
I'm not saying anything. First off, rotate your craft. This will just make things easier. Rotate your craft to where the solar panels are lined up the same way as the other craft. You know what I mean? See how those on the station they're going up and down? You want this one to go up and down too, that way they don't get in the way of different docking. Okay. Now look down the length of your vessel that you're on and make sure it is at 90 degrees with the space station. So turn it to where it's at 90 degrees.
Come again?
You won't be pointed straight at the target anymore.
Come again?
So you see how you're kind of coming in at an angle to this space station? You want to come straight on.
No.
So look, I'm going to send you a.
No. No. That doesn't make any sense.
It makes lots of sense.
Look down the length of what and do what to 90? Like that's like.
All right, so I
it's
just
all
sent you a quick
gibberish.
text.
It's all gibberish.
Right now, you're coming in like the first picture. You want to come in like the second picture.
Okay, so that doesn't make sense on how to maneuver that.
All right. So
Which
all
craft
you do, you rotate the vessel you're driving. It looks like you need to move it left some. You can turn RCS off. You want to use your ASD keys. There you go. Yeah, like that. Get it as close as you can. And once you got it where you're happy, turn the RCS back on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now use the RCS, use the JKIL keys to where you until you see a prograde marker. All right, so there's your program marker. Move it towards the middle. Yep, you got it.
Prograde mark keeps disappearing.
All right, push H just to make it a little. Now you should be able to move it a little easier. All right, so in order to move your vessel to where it lines up, you want to push the prograde marker on the opposite side of the reticle. So you don't move your craft. Don't point at the circle.
I'm not fixing it.
You,
Alright, so what do I do?
All right, so you use the I, K, J, L keys to move the prograde marker on the opposite side of the target.
That doesn't make sense. What do you mean the opposite side?
All right, so your reticle, the V with the dot,
Yeah.
is where your craft is pointing. Put the prograde marker on the opposite side of the target circle as where you are. So move it down.
Just tell me where to move it, not all this
Move
complicated
it
stuff.
down.
Okay.
And what that will do is that will pull your vessel in towards the center. You know what I mean? You're going to start moving towards your prograde. So because you're moving towards your prograde marker,
Oh, it moves my
you're
reticle
going to,
for me. Got it.
yes, yes. Now you can do bigger corrections because you're not really moving forward right now. You are a little bit. I missed my energy, Mike.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, I understand what you're saying now. So instead of
Yep.
moving my craft direction to point towards it, use the prograde marker to drag the reticle towards the target at this stage.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, because you see you're not lined up in that 90 degrees anymore.
I feel you. I feel you. It's getting there. Slowly. Very slowly. Okay, now what do I do once it's lined up?
Now you move it back to the middle. So that prograde is where you are moving. So if it disappeared because you're going slow, which is
I know,
fine.
I sped it up a little bit so I could see it again.
All right, now take a look and make sure you're still lined up 90 degrees.
Ish.
If you're not, turn the RCS off, use the WASD, and do the same thing. Then you turn your RCS back on and do the same thing to move your craft towards the target.
Alright, that looks good.
And start moving towards it. Push H. Keep it under half a meter. As you get closer, you slow it down. You want to slow it down to probably 0.2, 0.3 by the time you get to like 10 meters or so.
Joke's on you. I'm not going any faster than 0.3.
Perfect. Now these small deviations are going to become more apparent as you get closer. So keep lining your vessel up with the target using the JKIL keys. All right, slow down to like 0.1.
Already all over it.
Let's zoom in at that docking point and watch it happen. When you get close, the magnetism is gonna kick on. Those two docking ports are gonna pull each other.
Beautiful. Beautiful. It's happening. It's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have dock.
Looks like you could have rotated the other craft a little bit, but I think you'll be okay.
They're gonna kiss and make nasty.
All right, you see how it's bouncing off? It's because they're not lined up correctly. So if you look at the docking port, you see how they're at an angle. It might be easiest to switch the other craft and rotate. And then switch back. If you can't switch back, then you're docked.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! There you go.
Ta-da!
So now, if you wanted,
ta-da! I'm gonna turn off this engine.
yes, I was gonna say you could disconnect the tug completely,
What? No, the tug is.
or you can leave it
The
there.
tug is all right. Look, we doing this. We out here. No,
Yeah.
The tug is out here because the tug has fuel. I don't think I have cross feed though, so I can't fuel.
Yeah, you can.
Else.
So you right click on the tank and then right click on the tank you want to move to. Alt right click.
Alt right click.
Yep.
I don't think I actually need to move any of that fuel though.
Now, yeah, alt right click on both tanks.
And then just click in and out.
Yep.
Oh, buddy. Look at that. Refueled. Eureka.
Don't forget the oxidizer. You only moved one.
I know. I didn't. Right. We have refueled. Buddy. That's glorious. Alright, now we have communications.
Well, transmit that science that you've already earned.
Let's go to review data. Well, where do I transmit it from?
All right, so there should be a transmit science button when you right click on the processing lab.
Oh yeah, transmitting. All this
Okay,
stuff. All
and
this
then
stuff is in the way. Look at that. Just beautiful. Not a bad looking space station.
not bad, not bad.
I mean,
Do me a favor,
What's up?
right click on the processing lab again.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to catch up to me. Data. So you have lots of room in the data. That's like 1,000 out of 2,000, right?
It's out of 2,000. Yeah, I've got 1,000 out of 2,000.
All right. Well, then if you review data, and if there's anything you cannot send to the lab, you can either throw it away or transmit it because you already have it.
Okay. And what goes on inside the mobile processing lab? Like, what happens once it's done researching? What does it do with it?
So it takes all the data you got from your science,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it does the research on the processing lab and generates science from that data.
Science per day. Is that what that is? The rate?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now, you said I can take the tug and I can do what with the tug? Send it back home?
No. So I don't know if you've unlocked it yet, but there's a seismometer science. You can put that on a lander, land the lander, and then monitor for impacts, and then you can crash that tug into Minmus and generate a lot of science from it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean I can do that later, but I mean that's
Yep.
not a bad looking science station so far.
No.
I forgot communication modules, so I had to bring some for it. I also refueled its main engine, give it more delta V. Guess I can shut down this engine for now too.
That way you don't hit shift
Yeah,
accidentally.
yeah. You got what I'm saying. Because if I hit shift tab, you know, I can bring up my chat without interfering with process. I mean, I kind of want to put this in a lower orbit because right now it's considered a high orbit, but I'm not gonna play with that right now.
One thing you'll find right now, because you got that tug hanging off the side, the center of thrust is going to be all off.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Not right now. The tug will be disbanded as soon as I figure out. So I've got some crew living modules. I got a hitchhiker guide. You know, we've got 4 people just up here chilling. We definitely have enough that they can come home as far as Delta V. It doesn't take that much to get back from Minmus. It only takes like 300 once you're in a circularized orbit. Matter of fact, let's open up the maneuver node planner and let's just see how much I would need for MacJeb to get home. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, not that much delta V is needed to get home. All right. Well, that is a successful rendezvous and dock. I got a little confused there when you were telling me to do things, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not the best at explanations. I know what I'm saying.
So what
I
you
just
should have
don't know how
said,
to
by
say
the
it.
way, is make sure that you are intersecting the docking port at a perpendicular 90, and that would have made a lot more sense to me than, you know, coming in at a skewed angle. It took my brain way more processing power to try to figure out what you mean by look down the length of the craft and some other stuff. Your picture was basically, hey, make sure you're interjecting it at a, you know, perpendicular angle at 90 degrees. when you line up the docking ports. But whatever, neither here nor there. We both function in different matters. You're trying to teach someone who's never done this before how to do it, based off of how you know how to do it. So it's all good. We were successful. It docked.
Yep,
We
we're
uh
there.
we we brought extra battery. It's decharging right now because we are on the dark side of Memphis.
Well, you use a lot to transmit the science. Don't forget.
Yes, you are not wrong. Um, but we're also not generating any electrical charge at the moment
Right.
because we're also on the dark side of Memphis. There's
Correct.
no sun.
I mean, you could fast forward if you want. Get around to the bright side. Make sure that you're good.
I mean, we're almost there. Like literally almost there. Just go right here. 4 minutes. I'm not gonna run out by then.
Nah.
See? They'll adjust. See, they're getting juice. Look, now you can see everything's charging up real quick. So it only drops down to about
You'll
1500 in these things. So I have faith that all of these extra battery packs are going to endure the dark side of Minmus. I just ideally, if I'm going to transmit science again, I want to be where I am generating electrical charge, not discharging. I was discharging when I transmit. Okay. You can go away now.
well, fine.
No, not you. This little retractable. The communication DTS
Yeah,
antenna
I
can
know.
go away because I have the relay one out here. Right. I have the relay already deployed. So. Now I don't quite remember why I had the not the communitron, but this guy, the magnetometer.
It's a science experiment.
Right? Well, I'm going to gain 105 science just by transmitting this right now. Boom.
Mm.
See,
Boom.
it's going to use that little guy anyway. I don't want to use the little one. Whatever. Why would I have the relay antenna there? You make no sense. Whatever, dude. Look at that. Done. Can I do it again? Log data. Nah, it's not going to give me any science. Because I've already done it. Okay. What happens if I just... Nope. 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 Okay, so in order to get more science from Menmis, we're gonna have to either crash this pod like you were telling me,
No,
um,
just land in a different spot.
land someone in a different lake bed, and then come back, different biome, come back. Got plenty of fuel left here, though. This has got plenty of fuel left, too, that I can refuel any crafts that errantly land wrong. Alright, I feel really good about this. We're gonna go ahead and quick save this. Alright, enjoy your...
Before you do that, before you finish, go ahead and transfer the monopropellant too. If you've used any, I don't know if you used any off of the main station.
I have.
Quite a bit, actually. Just click out on the other tank.
Yeah, I messed up for a second there.
If you'd have had all three open and then just clicked out on the one tank, it would have pushed to both of them equally.
I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You should save a little tiny bit in the tug, only because it'll help you back up away from there when you do this.
I'll give it 90. 95. Monopropellant.
That's plenty.
Yeah, I just wanted to balance out my tanks a little bit more. That's funny though. Alright. Well, there's that. I didn't put any fuel in these guys, thankfully, because they're not connected really to anything. Look at
You
those.
could.
Look at those tiny little struts that I put here to fix the stability of this bad boy. Thanks, by the way. Those worked out great.
Yeah. You could transfer fuel there, and then just save that for refueling whatever vessels dock.
I mean, the tug doesn't need this much fuel. No way.
Nope.
Not at all. What is all of this? Wait, that has fuel in it.
One of them does. I saw that when you were making it, but I figured I'd leave the fuel.
Oh,
there
that's
for
so
a second.
awesome! Alright, cool. I left some fuel in it. I left some fuel in it. Just make sure. I'm guessing it needs to be equal ratio of fuel and oxidizer.
Yeah, it's not exactly equal, but you know, numbers wise, it's not exactly equal. But if the bars are the same size, it should be good.
Close enough.
Yep.
The Poodle's more fuel efficient, I think, than
It is
the mainsail. So
much more.
It's got a lot more delta V. That's actually still too much. But that's fine. We have some fuel here for refueling purposes.
I mean, you're gonna crash it into min-miss. You might as well make the explosion nice and big. All right, bud. I think I'm gonna take a little break.
You're gonna take a
Catch
break?
up on my work emails. Yep.
Okay. I can go save here, and then we can start up later.
Sure.
Isabel, hold on. All right. So let's go ahead and just save. And do an outro stream.
All right, man. Sounds good. Yep. See ya.